Hi, this is Robbie with Tickner Photography again. I had an idea today to try and create an image of a word, desire, or a couple others, and have one half of it on fire. So the word on a piece of paper, and the paper is burning, consuming the word. So I spent the day trying to figure out how to do this, and this will be a total experiment. We'll see what happens. I have the word printed and torn out. I built myself a little paper stand with an alligator clip and some electrical wires that I soldered together. I have it in a pan here that's filled with water, so it's effectively in a water bath. So as it burns, it'll fall here and be extinguished. We're dealing with fire, so plan B is a big bucket of water. Plan C is a fire extinguisher. Hopefully we don't have to use either of those, but they're close by just in case. I think I'm going to be mixing flash with ambient because I want to get the fire in here while it's burning, so maybe 1/50th of a second. I'm going to have to experiment with a few. I printed out a bunch of these to get the exposure proper. I also have a candle burning here. I'm going to use that as my kind of exposure test to see how it works. I have my alien bee with a beauty dish on it up here. I have it sufficiently far back so it won't catch on fire if this flares up a bit. That's the plan. It's going to be at very low power. As soon as this thing starts burning, I'm going to start firing off a lot of, just to try and capture as many variations of this while it's burning as possible, because you only get a couple seconds worth of viable flame. So with the alien bee on low power, its recycle time is an 1/8 of a second, so I can just fire this off as fast as I can, don't have to worry about it recycling, and we're picking up ambient from the fire itself. So I'm going to turn off a bunch of light. Because we're dealing with ambient light, I have to make it really dark in this room so I don't pick up anything else. Have a black backdrop, so it should it should be fire burning with white paper on a completely black background. That's the hope anyway. I'm going to start setting everything up and take a few shots, and we'll see what happens. So now I'm going to try and get an exposure on the candle itself just to see kind of what my ballpark is going to be. And after I focus, I'm going to have to turn the modeling light on the beauty dish off, otherwise that'll be casting a bunch of light. So, alright, so I have the alien bee powered all the way down. It may be too bright still. I might have to turn it off and get a speed light and just have it on minimum power to see if I can do this. I'm going to try it first with this word, or I'm going to use a test word first just to see, because I kind of like this one. And I'll light it up and take some pictures just to get a baseline to see how it's going to work. I can see what I'm doing. Cable release works. Okay, I'm digging this. It's pretty cool. I might want it a little bit brighter, so I might have to drop my shutter speed just a smidge or increase my ISO. I'm not sure. I'm going to experiment again and we'll see which one of these things make it in balance. Alright, I think we're ready for another fire. I like that, but it consumed the word too quickly, so we'll have to do another experiment. But lighting-wise, I think that was spot on. We're at 1/25th of a second at f7.1. I bumped the ISO a smidge. We're at ISO 125. Alright, I like that quite a bit. So I think we're spot on with our settings. Now we're just gonna burn some paper and see what we like. That one I let go a little bit further. I might be able to stack a couple layers of fire in Photoshop so it has the entire top burning. We'll see, it could be interesting. Now maybe it's something a little bit more unconventional, the words "I love you" on fire. So. Alright, I dig that. Maybe one more of these, and then we'll take it into Lightroom and see what we got. Alright, let's go into Lightroom and see what we have. So now we're into Lightroom. Let's take a look at some of the images we got. The first set, the flame was a little bit too small. So our second one, this was a better flame. Only a couple of those I liked. I like this one a lot as it's burning. You can see I took a lot of pictures. This one, I didn't quite like how it left this piece of untouched paper along the bottom. This probably wasn't the best paper to be burning too, it's just normal printer paper. So I tried to actually merge those in Photoshop, all of these, and I haven't figured out how to do it properly, and it doesn't look right. So I'm going to keep experimenting with those. And then my I love you. That one burned okay for a little while. Experiment. Okay. I liked that one. Flame was really big and nice. Alright, so now the ones I actually chose to go with. Let's see here. This one I liked. So I took it into Photoshop and I removed this and I put it out on a little bit more black. So I just cloned over the edge here. I had this flame had flared up just a little bit and got cut off, so I had to reconstruct it a bit there. But that is one of my final images for Desire. I like that one. It's studio isolated on black, so I can probably use this sometime in the future, maybe holding it in a virtual hand. I'm not sure yet, but it should have multiple uses. And then the other one that I did was I Love You. I liked this flame. It was nice. This is the raw file straight from the camera. Let's see, there shouldn't be much done to it. So some stuff done. We're studio isolated on black before, so that's straight from the camera. After, not really that much done, a little bit of clarity and whatnot. So then I took this into Photoshop and I just cloned out the alligator clip, and that was actually about it for this one. Moved it out and away from the edge of the image. I hope this inspires you to play with a little bit of fire yourself, burn something. It can create some really cool effects. You just have to make sure to do it safely. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.